Yes, I'm live now. Welcome once again to another new video. This is SAHOO and you are watching SAHOO's tutorial. And in this tutorial video, I'll be covering some important MCQ questions for the upcoming MPSET exam. So I'll be covering probably 35 questions, okay, along with explanations in this video. And good evening to everyone, and I hope you are all well by the grace of Almighty. Do join and let me know if everything is okay. If the PPT is visible and if the audio quality is okay, send the confirmation if everything is okay. So here I am again with the mock test for the upcoming MPSET exam. I will be covering, okay, I'll be covering 35 important MCQ questions along with explanation in this video. This is day 5. In the earlier 4 videos I have discussed probably more than 100 MCQ questions along with explanation. You can watch those videos. Those videos will definitely help you to crack the exam, and in this YouTube video I'll be covering another 35 important MCQ questions along with explanation. And do join and let me know if everything is okay. Here I am making the mock test for the upcoming MPSET exam. So do join and let me know if everything is okay. And those who have not joined yet, you can watch this session in later, okay. That will be in the playlist. Visit the playlist, that is MPSET English Literature mock test, and in that playlist you will get all those videos that I have recently uploaded, so you can enjoy those sessions over here. So here I am making the mock test for the upcoming MPSET exam. I will be covering 35 questions. Good evening to everyone, those who are watching, and you can watch this session. So okay, later make sure to subscribe the channel and tap the bell icon to get more notification. Make sure to subscribe the channel. Okay, so this is a kind of mock test. Let's begin the sessions. Okay, and this is my humble request to all of you. Please do subscribe the channel and tap the bell icon to get more notification that I will upload in this channel. And to stay updated, please do join the Telegram channel, that is SAHOO UGCnet. And in the Telegram channel, you will be updated regarding the daily classes. And sometimes I provide PDF as well, and daily quizzes are provided in that Telegram channel. So do join. And so without wasting your time, let's begin the session here. These are some fantastic questions. Watch this session till the end, and this session is definitely going to be a very fruitful session. So you will be able to know, okay, many new things. So do join and don't miss the session. Okay, that is going to be a very interesting session. That is going to be a very interesting sessions. And here is the first question on your screen. Here is the first question on your screen, and the first question is that who is credited with founding Stoicism? Stoicism. Socrates, Plato, Zeno of Citium, and Aristotle. Stoicism. Who had founded Stoicism? Okay, who is credited with founding Stoicism? Socrates, Plato, Zeno of Citium, and Aristotle. Who is credited with this concept of Stoicism? The founding member of Stoicism. And here the right answer would be Zeno of Citium. Zeno of Citium is credited with founding Stoicism. Here C is the right answer. Stoicism takes its name from the place where its founder Zeno of Citium, that is from Cyprus, customarily lectured the Stoa vehicle painted coronet. Zeno, who flourished in the early 3rd century BCE, showed his own doctrines, the influence of earlier Greek attitudes, and particularly those mentioned above. So Stoicism, the father of Stoicism, the founding is Zeno of Citium. Okay. Next question. Who among the following is known as homespun philosopher? Homespun philosopher. And I am giving a clue. He is also known as a terrifying poet. He is also known as a terrifying poet. He has written poems like Mending Walls, Birches. Good evening, Rao. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah. Good evening. And you see, now tell me the question number 2 is on your screen. The answer of question number 2 here. Who among the following is known as? Write down all these questions. Okay. Mega copy and write down all these questions one by one. And I am assuring you that these questions will definitely help you in future. Okay, if you prepare daily 20 questions, 30 questions, okay, so in 1 year, so now you have not even admitted in your you haven't taken an admissions in master degree. So if you prepare, okay, daily 20 to 30 questions, okay, so you see 2 years, in 2 years you will get, okay, how many questions, okay, so that will definitely help you to crack the exam. UGC your main motto would be UGC exam. So the home span philosopher, it is actually Ted Hughes, T.S. Eliot, Robert Frost, Emily Dickinson. So it is Robert Frost. Robert Frost is known as, okay, Robert Frost is known as, Robert Frost is, hello, live here. ये शुरू करना ये बोल नहीं ठीक okay so homespun philosopher is actually here Robert Frost is known as homespun, okay, philosopher. And you see, and for this work, that is Waste Running Brook, okay, Waste Running Brook is a collection of poetry by Robert Frost written in 1923 and published by Henry Holt and Co in 1928, containing woodcuts by J.G. Lenz. By the way, because of this book, that is a waste running book, Robert Frost is called as homespun philosopher. Hmm. And the title of the poem that the volume is named by is very significant. Where the poem takes place, that is Derry, New Hampshire, due to its location near the coast, all rivers flow towards the ocean except for Waste Running Brook, a real brook. So Waste Running Brook is actually a real brook, and that's why the name is very significant. Yeah, definitely. That should be your aim. That should be your aim. Then prepare just like this, okay. I'll be recently also starting classes on paper one, don't worry, okay. Daily classes will be here, okay. Waste running book, okay. Waste running book is a collection of let me do some videos for the upcoming, that is MPSET, and even for the PG entrance exam. Then probably after 1 month there will be a schedule, okay, where I'll be following, okay, the times period of that classes, okay. Every day there will be class, one class for English literature, one class for paper one. So Waste Running book actually written by Robert Frost. So who wrote the treatise on the soul? On the soul, okay. The soul is on the soul, a Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, Epicurus, किसने लिखा है? The soul is not a distinct. The soul is not distinct from the body, okay. Who wrote the treatise on the soul, okay? Who wrote the treatise on the soul? A Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, and Epicurus, okay. Who wrote the treatise, okay, on the soul, okay? On the soul. And this question I gave in the quiz section. This question I gave in the quiz section. No. How can you make mistake? This question I gave in the quiz section. Who wrote the treatise on the soul? The soul is not distinct from the body. It is Aristotle. Aristotle has written the treatise, the book on the soul. Aristotle. Okay. And on the soul is a major treatise written by Aristotle. And his discussion centers on the kinds of souls processed by different kinds of living things, distinguished by different operations. And you see, Aristotle holds that soul is the form or essence of any living thing. It is not a distinct substance from the body that it is in, okay. It is not a distinct substance from the body, okay. So it's not a distinct from the body. And humans have all this well as intellect, okay. What is paradox? What is paradox? In the theater of the ancient Greece, a side entrance to the stage, a final song by the chorus, the main character in the Greek tragedy, the conclusion of a Greek tragedy. These questions are even beneficial for PG entrance exam. These questions are even beneficial for PG entrance exam. Those who are watching Try to understand that these questions are even beneficial for PG entrance exams. Any kind of PG entrance exams will be appearing in English literature. Parados. Parados क्या है? What is parados? A side entrance to the stage, the final song sung by the chorus or the main character in the Greek tragedy, the conclusion of a Greek tragedy. So the main character in Greek tragedy, that is also wrong. Then the conclusion of a Greek tragedy is known as parados. It's not. No, that is wrong also. The final song, no. There is the side entrance. Okay, a side entrance. Yeah, it's a. It's a actually. A side entrance to the stage is parados. A side entrance to the stage is parados. And you see, a parados is also known as parod or a paradox. Ancient Greek. Okay, that is the entrance. Okay, this is the entrance in the theater of the ancient Greeks. Is a side entrance to the stage. Okay, or the first song that is sung by. So two things. Okay, you need to know that one is the first song, one is the parados means a side entrance. Okay, a side entrance to the stage. Okay, a side entrance to the stage, and another one is actually the first song that is sung by chorus. The first song that is sung by chorus is known as also parados. So side entrance and the first song that is sung by the chorus is also at the beginning of the Greek tragedy. So parados is from the Greek tragedy. It's known as parados. Okay. How many books is the Iliad? Okay, divided into 12, 18, 24, 30. In the quiz section, I had given this question. So in the quiz section, I had given this question. So how many books is the Iliad divided into? The Iliad is divided into how many books? 12, 18, 24, 30. These questions are even beneficial. Write down each question in your copy. Make a copy. By a diary. I can write down each question. Okay. Write down all these questions. Okay. Try to make notes. I will make video. Okay, how to make notes for the English literature exam. Okay, Swati and Rao, I will make okay videos. I will make videos on how to make notes. Okay, you can use sticky notes. Okay, don't worry. I'll be making videos on the UGC syllabus of paper 1 as well as our own domain, that is English literature. So yeah, 24. Yeah, 24 and 24 is the right answer. Okay. Are you don't you write the questions, Rao and Swati? Or you just mug up all these things? In what meter was the Iliad written? Iambic pentameter, blank verse, dactylic hexameter, trochaic tetrameter. Definitely. Okay. Definitely, I'll be making videos on. Okay. I'll be solving every doubt. Don't worry. I'll be solving. Okay. Every doubt. Everything will be solved. Don't worry. In what meter was the Iliad written? Okay. Then fine. Yeah. Writing down is a जितना लिखोगे उतना ही याद रहेगा. ठीक है. जितना लिख के पढ़ना. ठीक है. जितना लिखोगे उतना ही अच्छा होगा. Excellent. In what meter was the Iliad written? Okay. In what meter is the Iliad written? Iambic pentameter. That writing down is a best habit. It's a good habit. In what meter the Iliad was written? The Iliad was written in dactylic hexameter. Okay, dactylic hexameter. It was written in dactylic hexameter. This is an important question. Iliad is in dactylic hexameter. The Iliad is written in dactylic hexameter. It is dominant. It is as dominant in the Greek and Latin poetry as iambic pentameter is in English. It is the meter of epic poetry, didactic poetry, and is one of the two meters used in elegy and epigraph. So follow all classes. Okay, definitely it will help you. Definitely. Daddy is a controversial poem. Okay, and you know Daddy, here the images of Holocaust. The images of Holocaust can be found. Okay, Uh, so where the Jews were being killed, slaughtered during the Second World War by the by Adolf Hitler, by Adolf Hitler and their communities. Okay, the Jews were brutally killed and slaughtered by Hitler. So the Holocaust imagery can be found in the poem Daddy by Sylvia Plath. It is a controversial and highly antholorized poem by the American poet Sylvia Plath. It was published in 1965 posthumously. So you see, this is the Daddy is the posthumous collection. And remember that Daddy is the posthumous collection. And Daddy appears in which collection? Colossus poems, aerial poems, Mike poems, love poems. And you know that Sylvia Plath is one of the famous, okay? This is the most important topic for this exam. Most important topic. Daddy. Daddy is a controversial and highly anthologized poem by the American poet Sylvia Plath. It was published in 1965 posthumously as part of Colossus poems. Many times I have found that the questions okay on Daddy has, on Sylvia Plath has found okay my poems love poems. So Daddy is actually a part of aerial poems. Daddy is a part of aerial poems that focuses on the Holocaust imagery. The Holocaust imagery of the Jews who are being killed. Daddy is a poem written by the American confessional poet Sylvia Plath. Another confessional poet is Annie Sexton, and our Indian confessional poet is Kamala Das. So two American confessional poets are Sylvia Plath and Annie Sexton, and here in India it is Kamala Das. Okay, so that is a poem written by the American confessional poet Sylvia Plath. The poem was written on October 12, 1962, 4 months before her death. 4 months before her death, and 1 month after her separation from Tate Hughes. So she married Tate Hughes. It is published posthumously in Arian during the 1965 alongside many of the other poems leading okay after death such as Tulips, Lady Lazarus, another famous one, the Lady Lazarus, Tulips, Daddy. These are all poems okay, that were published posthumous collection in Arians. Okay, and you know the Daddy is employing what the controversial metaphors of the Holocaust to explain Plath's complex and relationship with her father Otto Plath. So daddy is okay. Sylvia Plath's relationship with Otto Plath. Okay, there is a metaphor, the metaphors of the Holocaust to explain the relationship. Annie Sexton, okay, who died shortly, okay, who died shortly after an 8th birthday as a result of undiagnosed diabetes. Okay, okay, so what is the definition of tragedy? Okay, according to Aristotle, what is the definition of tragedy? Okay, what is the definition of tragedy according to Aristotle? Do answer in the comment box. Do answer in the comment box. And Annie Sexton has actually written "Live for Life, Live or Die." Annie Sexton is famously known for "Live for Die." So, live or die. Sorry, live or die. Okay. Annie Sexton, the confessional poet. Okay, she won the Pulitzer Prize. Okay, Annie Sexton won the Pulitzer Prize for "Live or Die" in 1976. Okay, this is a 1967 work. Sorry, 1967 work "Live or Die." Annie Sexton. Okay. And for this work, she was awarded with the prestigious Pulitzer Prize. Live or die. Live or die. Chalo. Here, question number 8 is on question number 8 is on the screen. Question number 8 is on the screen. Live or die by Annie Sexton. Live or die by Annie Sexton. Yeah. Pranav, is the voice quality okay? Is the voice quality okay? And you see, what is the definition of tragedy? What is the definition of tragedy? Okay, according to okay Aristotle. Here you see, yeah, Swati, excellent. It is tragedy, representation of a serious, complete action with embellished speech. Okay, embellished speech is referring to what? Embellished speech is referring to what? That is your melody. Okay, tragedy is a representation of serious, complete action with embellished speech. And here is the okay Tragedy is representation of serious, complete action which has magnitude, is embellished in speech, and with each of its elements okay, separately in the various parts and represented by people acting and not by narration. So tragedy is a representation of serious complete action which has magnitude. Heresy by embellished speech, okay, I mean that is actually Aristotle is saying that which has rhythm and melody. So embellished speech means which has rhythm and melody, that is song. So I mean say Aristotle is saying here. Okay, thank you. Question 9 is on the screen. Okay. I shut my eyes, all the world drops dead. I lift my lids and all is born again. These lines by Sylvia Plath occur in which of the following poem? I shut my eyes and all the world drops dead. I lift my lids and all is born again. These lines by Sylvia Plath occur in which of the following? Lady Lazarus, Colossus Daddy, Mad Girl's Love Song. A few minutes ago, I had posted these questions. Okay? I had posted these questions in the community section. A few minutes ago, I had posted these questions. Okay, this quiz. Okay, on the community section. Yeah, I shut my eyes and all the world drops dead. I lift my lids and yeah, Swati, excellent, excellent. This yeah, Mad Girl's Love Song. These lines appear in the poem called Mad Girl's Love Song. Mad Girl's Love Song is the right answer. Excellent, Swati. 9 is the 9 card. D right answer. Excellent. Who is best known for his novel Don Quixote and a work often cited as both the first modern novel and the first great novel of world literature? Michael de Cervantes, Augustin Bach, Henry Gibson, Emile Zola. Yeah, excellent pronoun. Excellent. Absolutely right. Hmm. Who is based on for his novel, like Don Quixote, work often cited as both the first modern novel and the first great novel of world literature. Which one you are Which one you are answering, Ram? Which one you are answering? Is it question number 9 or 10? Which one? Is it question number 9 or 10? 10, 10, okay. 10, 10. No, no, you should know this question. This is an easy question. Everyone knows it. Don't visit, don't visit, don't visit Michael de Cervantes. Cervantes, okay. Okay. Remember, this is a classical verb. Okay. Don't visit. You should know this. Okay. Cervantes. Okay. Yeah. 10th here actually Cervantes has written. Okay. Don't visit. Okay. The first great novel of world literature. It's one of the finest novel. Okay. Cervantes has written. Okay. Let's see Don Quixote here. That's Pancho. Sancho Panza is a character. Okay. Here Don Quixote is a Spanish epic novel. Spanish epic novel by Miguel de Cervantes. Okay. Originally published in two parts, 1605 and 1611. 1615. The title, and its full title is The Ingenious Gentleman Don Quixote of La Mancha. Okay. What is the full title? The Ingenious Gentleman Don Quixote of La Mancha. It has two parts published in 1605 and 1615. It is a Spanish epic novel, and the plot is revolving around the adventures of a member of the lowest nobility and hidalgo from La Mancha named Alonso Cuenjo, who reads so many chivalric romances that he either loses or pretends to have lost his mind in order to become a knight errant to revive chivalry and to serve his nation under the name Don Quixote de la Mancha. But he recruits a simple farmer also, the simple farmer, and this is an important character, Sancho Panza, as his square. Don Quixote names his exhausted horse, okay, Rocky Ned. What is the name of the horse in Don Quixote? Okay, it is Rocky Ned. Okay, the square name is Sancho Panza, Rocky Ned, Sancho Panza. These are important things you need to remember. Okay, and here the Spanish epic novel and the full title, The Ingenious Gentleman Don Quixote of La Mancha. Okay, these are important questions for the this exam. Who wrote Master Olaf? Master Olaf that was rejected by Royal Theatre. Who wrote Master Olaf that was rejected by the Royal Theatre? Augustin Bach, Henry Gibson, Emile Zola, or Miguel de Cervantes. Who wrote? Who wrote? Who wrote Master Olaf that was rejected by the Royal Theatre? Augustin Bach, Augustinberg, Henry Gibson. Then you have Emile Zola, Michael the Cervantes. किसने लिखा है? Who wrote? Now tell me question number 11 is on your screen. These are questions from world literature. These are questions from world literature. We'll be covering the 35 questions, okay, in this video. We'll be covering 35 questions, and in the end, okay, I'll be last video I told that I will be showing you the sample paper of mock test series, okay, that you can buy. At the end of this video, definitely I will be showing you, and that will be within you, okay, that will be with you. But what would be the right answer here? So it is actually Augustinberg, okay. Master Olaf, that was rejected by Royal Theatre. It is Augustinberg, okay. Master Olaf, a historical drama in 5 acts by the Swedish playwright Augustinberg. The story is about the reformer Olaus Petri's struggle against the Roman Catholic Church in the 15th century, and first in 1872, okay. Strindberg rewrote it many times. Strindberg rewrote it many times in both prose and verse. Okay, Master Olaf is a historical drama in 5 acts by the Swedish playwright August Strindberg. Master Olaf. Chalo. Next question. Who wrote The House of the Spirit and the City of the Beasts? Isabel Allende, Emile Zola, Michael de Cervantes, August Strindberg. The House of the Spirits, and let me tell you, her novels influenced Gabriel Garcia Marquez to write 100 Years of Solitude. Let me tell you that her novels, okay, inspired Gabriel Garcia Marquez to write 100 Years of Solitude. And these novels are just a magic realism. It's autobiographical. The House of the Spirits, okay, it's autobiographical as well as magic realism. The elements of magic realism can be found in this novel. The House of the Spirits and the City of the Beasts, okay. The House of the Spirits, autobiographical as well as magic realism. And these novels had influenced, okay, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, another proponent of magic realism. Okay, it is Isabel Allende. Isabel Allende has written The House of the Spirits in the City of the Beasts. And here is the explanation. Isabel Allende, okay, she began to write him, that is later that ultimately became the manuscript The House of the Spirits, okay. Her novel is influenced by Gabriel Garcia Marquez novel 100 Solitude. I made a mistake that Gabriel Garcia Marquez first wrote, okay, 100 Years of Solitude, and her novel is influenced by Isabel Allende. Isabel Allende is actually influenced by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. मैंने उल्टा बोल दिया, ठीक है. So Gabriel Garcia Marquez novel, that is 100 Years of Solitude, had influenced, okay, Isabel Allende to write a novel that is the House of the Spirits, okay. Sorry for the mistake. So question number 13 is on the screen, okay. The collection of words that make up a language. The collection of words that make up a language or a person's vocabulary is known as spelling reform, lexicon, lexica, creole. Creole तो नहीं होगा, छोड़ो. The collection of words that make up a language. एक language make up करता है, ठीक है. The collection of words that make up a language or a person's vocabulary is known as spelling reform, lexicon, lexica, creole. The collection of words that make up a language or a person's vocabulary is known as. So Isabel Allende was inspired by the works of Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Gabriel Garcia Marquez 100 of Solitude influenced Isabel Allende. Yeah, excellent. It is lexicon. Yeah, excellent. It is lexicon. Excellent. Okay. It is lexicon. The collection of words that make up a language or a person's vocabulary is known as lexicon. Excellent. Lexicon is the right answer. Excellent. A lexicon is the vocabulary of a language or a branch of knowledge. In linguistics, a lexicon is a language inventory of lexemes. The word lexicon derives from Greek word meaning of or forwards. Lexicon. Okay. The subjugation of women is an important text of George Eliot, Byron, John Mill Hardy. Who wrote the subjugation of women? The subjugation of women. The subjugation of women was written by. The subjugation of women was written by whom? Who wrote the subjugation of women? Hmm. Who wrote subjugation of women? George Eliot तो नहीं होगा. It is not George Eliot. It is not Byron. It is not Hardy. Then who wrote? It is George Stuart Mill. Subjugation of written by John Stuart. Okay. John Stuart Mill has written subjugation. Sorry, subjection of women. No, John Stuart Mill. In an essay by the English philosopher, political economist, and civil servant John Stuart Mill, 1869. Okay. With ideas he developed jointly with his wife Harriet Taylor Mill. The artist may be present in his work like God in creation, invisible and almighty, everywhere failed but now are seen. This is a previous year question, so okay, we've seen it. This is a previous year question, so we've seen it, probably 2013 ka. Okay. The artist may be present in his work like God in creation, invisible may be present in his work like God in creation. Invisible, artist is invisible, the author, that is actually the author, the artist, almighty, everywhere failed, but now mercy. Henry James is talking about artist impersonality, absence, presence, creativity. Also, and same idea was also given by T.S. Eliot. Same idea was also given by T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot also gave the same idea. T.S. Eliot, the same concept of T.S. Eliot. Okay. The objectivity, the author's objectivity. That is the that is the that is the which one? Impersonality, absence, presence, creativity. The artist is making the work, but he's everywhere filled, but now her sin. That is impersonality. That is the T.S. Eliot's impersonality. Here, Henry James is talking about impersonality, the objectivity, okay. Impersonality. T.S. Eliot has also propounded this. Act 5 of Christopher Marlowe's Edward II shows the murder of the king. Where does it take place? Murder of the king, that is the Edward II. Edward II का murder कहाँ पे हुआ था? In which castle? Okay. Edward II. Okay. In Act 5 of Marlowe's Edward II shows murder of the king. Where does it take place? This is also a PYQ question. This is also a PYQ question. So we listen it. Okay. This is also from 2013 questions. Okay. You see. Act 5 of Marlowe's Edward II shows the murder of the king. Where does it take place? Westminster, a room in the place, a room in the Berkeley Castle, a room of Killingworth Castle, or within the Abbey of Neath. Why do we find that Edward II was actually slaughtered or killed? Do answer. Do answer. 16 number question is on the screen. Act 5 of and here we find the homosexual relationship between Edward II and the Gaveston. There is a homosexual relationship between Gaveston and Edward II. So Mortimer actually advised. Okay. So you see here, it is actually a room in Berkeley Castle. A room in Berkeley Castle. Edward the Second was killed. Okay. The prison king is then taken to Berkeley Castle, where he meets the luxuriously cruel Lightborn, whose name is anglicized version of Lucifer. So, what do you mean by what is the meaning of the word Lightborn? Lightborn का meaning क्या है? Lucifer. Despite knowing that Lightborn is there to kill Edward asks him to stay by his side. Lightborn, realizing that the king will not fall for a delay, has him restrained by 4 men and murders him by burning out his bowls from the inside with a red hot poker so as not to leave external marks of violence. So this is at Berkeley Castle. Okay? Plus it was by Lightborn. Which of the following poems end with this phrase? Good fences make good neighbors. Birches good morrow, mending well roadside stand. Which of the following poems ends with the phrase called good fences make good neighbors? Here it is actually mending well. Mending well is the here C. Okay, A, B, C, and D. This is mending well. Mending well is the right answer. The following poem ends with the phrase "God good fences make." It is mending well. Okay. Identify the correct group of playhouse in late 16th century London from the following groups. Carton, Rose, Swan, Globe, Hope. You should answer these questions because I had earlier discussed this question. Carton, Rose, Swan, Globe, Seasonus, Hope, Carton, Rose, Swan, Globe, Swan, Carton, Rose, Globe themes. Themes. And I had provided a tree, okay. Had I not provided a trick to remember this, I told that each trick to remember TC, okay, that is transfer certificate. Then I told RS, that is right side. Then I told GH, grand holiday. So first theater came, the name of the theater was actually the theater, okay. The name of the theater was actually theater. The second came curtain, the curtain, okay, the curtain. And the came, so TC हो गया, theater and the curtain हो गया. Then right side, that is rose. Rose आया, उसके बाद क्या है, the rose आया. Then क्या आया, is that is swan, ठीक है, the swan. Then G for globe, the globe. And H for holiday, बोलो ना, grand holiday, that is hope, the hope. This is how we can remember, okay. TC, RS, GH. Transfer certificate, right side, and grand holiday. So the current group of playhouses, that is Carton, Rose, Swan, and Globe. Yeah, and the first one should be TC. If I say here I did theater, after theater comes okay Carton, Carton के बाद Rose, Rose के बाद TC हो गया, Rose के बाद Swan, then Globe, then Hope, etc. So these are, and the first one is actually 1576. थिएटर कब आया था, 1576 में आया था, ठीक है. And the hope in 1630 में, hope in 1630. So here A is the right answer, okay. And another important thing, Swan. Swan came in 1595. Swan came in 1595. Swan came in 1595. Swan came in 1595, ठीक है. Hope in 1630. The first one 1576. So a trick to remember is that what is the trick? TC, RS, TC, RS and GH. Chalo, next question on the screen. And if no piece of chronicle we prove, we will build in dash pretty rooms. Famous line. And if no piece of chronicle we prove, we will build dash in pretty rooms. That is saying the author, the poetic person is saying that they want to be immortalized, okay. They want to be immortalized. If no piece of chronicle we prove, we will build in pretty rooms. And these lines probably appear in the fourth stanza of the poem. The fourth stanza of the poem. Lyrics, we will build in lyrics pretty rooms. We will build in epics pretty rooms. We will build in sonnets pretty rooms. We will build in stanzas pretty rooms. These are famous lines from the canonizations, which begins with the famous opening line, "For God's sake, hold your tongue and let me laugh." So it is the poetic persona is saying to his beloved, and it is actually sonnets. This is also a PYQ questions. Sonnets. If no piece of chronicle we prove, we will build in sonnets pretty rooms. Okay, we will build sonnets in sonnets pretty rooms. So it is sonnets. And these lines appear in the fourth stanza of the poem, the canonizations. And here are the lines you see: we can die by it, if not live by love. And yeah, and if unfit for tombs and hearts, or legend be, it will be fit for bards. And if no piece of chronicle we prove, we will build in sonnets pretty rooms. As well a well-wrought urn, the title well-wrought urn, clean brooks, okay, becomes the great asset of half-accord tomes. And by these hymns, all said approve, as canonized for love. Saintly love, okay, saintly love, okay, saintly love. They want to be immortalized. One day I will be okay. Explaining the poem, okay, the canonization. So this is a famous poem. Definitely I will be making a video on canonizations. ठीक है? Every demon carries within him unknown to himself a tiny seed of self-destruction and goes up in thin air at the most unexpected moment. To which of our Narayana's characters the above statement applies? Okay, I'll be even making videos on the concepts of Coleridge, okay, just like objective correlative, dissociation of sensibility, willing suspension of disbelief. Then kids says okay, negative probability, egotistical sublime. Okay, these are all concepts and imaginations, primary imagination, secondary imaginations. Okay, what is fancy, what is imagination? So all these things. Okay, I'll be making video, separate video. Yeah, it is. Again, every demon carries within him unknown to himself a tiny seed of self-destruction, and goes up in thin air at the most unexpected moment. Okay, to which of Arkinaryan's characters above the statement applies. And here you see, here we find the Bhasmasur myth. The Bhasmasur myth. Okay, Raju the guide, the sweet vendor, Margya the financial expert. So the protagonist of the financial expert is Margya. Raju is the protagonist of the guide. Jagan is the protagonist of the sweet vendor. That is Bhasu. Bhasu में क्या है? भस्मासुर में गया. भस्मासुर में. So the man eater of Malgudi, the man eater of Kumayan is written by the man eater of Kumayan. Who wrote the man eater of Kumayan? Who wrote the man eater of Kumayan? Who wrote man eater of Kumayan? Do write, okay, in the comment box. Who wrote man eater of Kumayan? Here man eater of Malgudi was written by R.K. Narayan, where Vasu, the Bhasmasur myth appears. Okay. And who wrote Man Eater of Humayun, the region? And there is a national park. She dwells with beauty. Beauty that must die. Who wrote? Okay. Who wrote? Jean Corbett. Excellent, Rao. It is Jean Corbett who's written. Okay. Jean Corbett. Okay. Definitely. You see, definitely you will one day, okay, feel that, okay, yeah, you know a lot of things. Okay, day by day you just increase your knowledge by reading, by watching those videos. Chalo, 21 is on the screen. See, dwells with beauty become, okay, beauty that must die ना सब देखने के बाद मेरे को चलो. She dwells with beauty that must die. Wrote Keats in one of his odes, referring to ode on indolent, autumn, melancholy, psyche. In which poem do we 21 see? Excellent. It is on melancholy. Melancholy. Excellent. Who among the following writers describes novels as not form which you see, but emotion which you feel? Not form which you see, but emotion which you feel. T.H. Lawrence, Jean Rice, Virginia Woolf, Joseph Conrad. Here, what would be the right answer here? Do like the session, inform your friends, share with your friends. Okay. Do like the session, inform your friends, share with your friends, and let them know here is a channel, okay, that will provide you everything. Okay, that will provide you everything what you need. As far as my knowledge is concerned, as far as my ability, okay, I will be helping you all out in this channel. Yeah, it is Virginia Woolf. Okay, excellent. It is Virginia Woolf is saying that. Who among the following writers describes novels is not form which you see but emotion which you feel? It is Virginia Woolf. Okay. Refer to your friends, recommend your friends. Okay. Rule, the book itself is not from which you see, but emotion which you feel. 23 on screen. Which of the following psychoanalysts rewrote? There are two concepts. Okay? That René Descartes' dictum. What has René Descartes written? I think, therefore I am. So who told? It is René Descartes. Okay? René Descartes has told that I think, therefore I am. Complete. Now, I am not where I think, and I think where I am not. This was given by whom? Okay. With the following psychoanalyst has rewritten René Descartes' dictum, that is, I think, therefore I am, as I am not where I think, and I think where I am not. Excellent, excellent. Jacques Lacan, Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung, Felix success. It is the Jacques Lacan. Jacques Lacan has written. Jacques Lacan. Next. Lacan has written. Okay. Where I lacked political purpose, I wrote libelous books. Okay. To which of the following authors can we attribute the above admission? The above admission. Graham Greene, George Orwell, Charles Morgan, Evelyn Waugh. Where I lacked the political purpose, I wrote libelous books. Okay. To which of the following authors can we attribute the above admission? Political purpose नहीं है तो where I lacked political purpose I wrote libelous. It's a famous line. Again it's okay. 24B, George Orwell. Again it is George Orwell. George Orwell has written. Okay. Again George Orwell has written. Okay. George Orwell has written. Let's see. Every other stone is good. Every other stone is God. Or Kazim, there is no crop other than God, and God is harvested here around the year. In the afternoon session, I had discussed, okay, the poem actually. I had not discussed these lines, but I had discussed the poem. Okay. Jayanta Mahapatra's The Konarak, Arun Kalatkar's Jejuri, Purushottam Lal's being very simple God, and our purpose is under another sky. Every other stone is God or Kajil. There is no crop other than God, and God is harvested here around the year. This extract is from Jayanta Mahapatra's Konarak, Arun Kalatkar's Jejuri, Purushottam Lal's being very simple God. Our purpose is excellent round. It is Arun Kalatkar's Jejuri. In this line, okay, in this poem, okay, we find these lines, okay, and it is a collection of 31 poems, and it is his journey to Pune, okay, his journey to Pune, and the lines appear in this Jejuri. Which of the following novels of Anita Desai is a children book? It's a children book of Anita Desai. Fire on the Mountain, Fasting, Feasting, The Zigzag Way, The Village by the Sea. The children book of Anita Desai. Fasting, Feasting has two settings. One is India and this USA. Fire on the Mountain, The Zigzag Way. These are all novels by Anita Desai. Village by the Sea, another novel by Anita Desai. Now you will have to say क्या हो गया 45 हो गया क्या 25 के बाद 24 के बाद 25 26 होगा 26 होगा चलो 26 होगा 26 होगा चलो yeah it is The Village by the Sea. Excellent. The Village by the Sea is actually a children book, okay, of Anita Desai. Excellent. It is here. This is the right answer. Lightly, oh lightly, we bear her along. She sways like a flower in the wind of her song. She skims like a bird on the foam of a stream. She floats like a lark from the leaves of a dream. The lines occur in the poem Palanquin Bearers, The Illusions of Love, Indian Love Song, Cradle Song. In which poem do we find here? Lightly, oh lightly, we bear her along. She sways like a flower in the wind of her song. She skims like excellent. And who wrote Palanquin Bearers? किसने लिखा था? Who wrote Palanquin Bearers? Write down in the comment box. Okay, do like the sessions and make sure to subscribe to the channel and tap the bell icon to get more notifications here. 26 ka parent bearers is the right answer. And who wrote parent bearers? Do write in the comment box who wrote palanquin bearers. Okay, palanquin bearers in this poem. Identify the correctly matched group. Correctly matched group. Yeah, Sarojini Naidu. Sarojini Naidu has written. Okay, the palanquin bearers. Okay, chalo. You have to identify the correctly matched group. Third space, hybridity, reception aesthetics, language. Third space, hybridity. Chalo. Third space will be higher. That is wrong. Hybridity Edwards, that is also wrong. Reception aesthetics, that is wrong. Language, that is wrong. Third space Arnold, that is wrong. Hybridity Edwards size, reception aesthetics. Language, yes, to that, no, that is wrong also. Then you have third space DS Fraser, that is wrong. Hybridity C, that is also wrong. So we have C. Third space was given by Edward Soja. Hybridity by Omike Bhaba. And Wolfgang Iyer has written given the concepts like reception aesthetics and language and parallel by Ferdinand. This is so C is the right. Excellent, excellent. Womanist is to feminist. Womanist is to feminist as purple is to lavender. This is an important statement during defining the womanistic perspective advanced by Toni Morrison, Jordan Hurston, Alice Walker, Bell Hooks. Womanist is to feminist. Purple is to lavender. Purple is to lavender. This is an important statement defining the humanist perspective, okay, advanced by Toni Morrison, Jonathan Hudson, Alice Walker, Bell Hooks. Chalo, excellent, excellent, excellent. ऐसे ही करते रहो. Alice Walker. Alice Walker has written. Humanist is to feminist and purple is to lavender. Excellent. Based on the following description, identify the text in the reference. Okay. So, this is a play in which no one comes, no one goes, nothing happens. In its opening scene, a man struggles hard to remove his boot. And the play was originally written in French. Later, it was translated into English. It is first performed in 1953. Every literature student will be able to answer this. Every English literature. So, 29 is on your screen. 29 is on your screen. So, waiting for Godot. And what is the subtitle of Waiting for Godot? What is the subtitle of Waiting for Godot? Tragic comedy in 2 acts. Subtitle of Waiting for Godot. Link देना. Match the correct fare. Match the correct fare. चलो. George Eliot, Mary and Evans. What? Saki, H. Munro, Mark Twain, Samuel Langhorne Clemens, Emily Bronte, Alice Bell. ठीक है? George Eliot, that is Mary and Evans. Saki is H. Munro, and Emily Bronte is Alice Bell. Whereas Mark Twain is Samuel Langhorne Clemens. So your right answer would be if Saki is equal to 2 4 only one option here, 2 4 one option. So 1 2, yeah. No, Saki is actually H. Munro. B. Got it. B is right. Identify the correctly matched group. Because I could not stop for death, O Captain, my Captain, two roads diverge in a wood, so much depends upon. Because I could not stop for death. So this was actually by Emily Dickinson. O Captain, my Captain, that is by Walt Whitman. Two roads diverge in a wood, that is by Robert Frost. And so much depends upon is actually William Carlos Williams. Okay. Because I could not stop for death, it is by Emily Dickinson. Oh Captain, My Captain is by Walt Whitman. Who wrote Diapers in a Wood by Robert Frost. So much depends upon actually by William Carlos Williams. So 4 equals to B. 4B only one option here. 4B and 3D. 4B, 3D. So here you see again it is a B. Again B. Yeah, got it Rao. Got it Rao. 31B. Excellent. Excellent. So much depends upon William Carlos Williams. And here is another one. Here is another one. Here is another one. Let me chalo. Now do answer. Now do answer. Now do answer. Match the following correctly. Langu and parallel. क्या हो जाता है बार? चलो. Langu and parallel. Competence and competence and performance. Then you have lex. Iconic क्या होगा iconic होगा IC iconic and indexical readerly and writerly so readerly takes writerly takes रोला बार ठीक है iconic and indexical it is by Charles Sanders Peirce father and the SAHOO is language and parallel and competence is by Noam Chomsky again जो भी है that is B अगर B हो तो B होगा identify the novel got it identify the novel with wrong subtitle listed below. Begin by the study of provincial life. That is true. Face of the dear women are pure women. Faithfully presented. That is also true. The mayor of Casterbridge is a man of character. And Felix Holt are the socialist. क्या होगा? The mayor of Casterbridge is a man of character or Felix Holt the socialist. The wrong subtitle. The wrong subtitle. 33D. Yeah. Felix Holt. Felix Holt the socialist is wrong actually. It is also true here. It is also wrong. So D is the right answer. And Felix Holt the radical. It is not the socialist. It is the radical. Social Novel by George Eliot. Fast about the political disputes in small English town at the time of First Reform Act of 1832. 1830. First Reform Act. Felix Holt the radical. Next question. The hostess proudly announces that the family can afford a servant and her daughters have nothing to do with the kitchen. Who is the proud mother in this Jane Austen's novel? Mrs. Morland, that is Catherine Debo, Mrs. Bennet, Mrs. Dashwood. Who is the proud mother in this Austen's novel? Who is the proud mother in this Austen's novel? Who is the proud mother in this Austen's novel? 34C. Chalo, Mrs. Bennet, excellent. Mrs. Bennet, excellent. Mrs. Bennet, excellent. Next question. In English literature, okay, the trope of the vampire was used for the first time by Matthew Gregory Lewis, John Polidori, John Stack, Bram Stoker. In English literature, the trope of the vampire was used for the first time by Matthew Gregory Lewis, John Polidori, John Stack, and Bram Stoker. 35 each on the screen. Thirty-five C. The John Stack. Excellent. Excellent. John Stack. Which of the following is not a partisan noun? Azadi, Tamas, Clear Light of the Day. No, you have given. No, John Stack. Dracula Bram Stoker. John Stack, the vampire, was used for the first time by John Stack. First time by John Stack. Excellent. You were right actually. Chalo. It is not a partisan novel. Azadi, Tamas. Tamas is written by Sahani. Clear light of the day. Then you have that long silence. Okay. It is not a partisan novel. It is not a partisan novel. Azadi by Chaman Nahan. Clear light of the day by Anita Desai. That long silence by who wrote the long silence? Who wrote that long silence? Who wrote Tamas? Tamas is written Bhisam Sinai. BHA, sorry, BHI Bhisam, BHI, Tamas is by BHI, SHAM, Bhisam. Okay? Bhisam Sahini, Bhisam Sahini. And that long silence, who wrote that long silence? In the evening session, I discussed. In the evening session, I discussed this. Shashi Deshpande, isn't it? Shashi Deshpande. S-A, sorry, S-H-A, S-H-I, Shashi Deshpande. So this is that long silence. It's not a partisan novel. Azadi by Chaman Nahu, Tamas by Bhisam Sahini, Clear Light of the Day. These are all actually partisan novels. But that long silence is actually by Shashi Deshpande is not a partition novel. It's not a partition. Hmm. Got it, got it. Let's see. And today's last question on our screen. Today's last question on our screen. I'll be showing you the mock test series. I'll be showing you the mock test series. Okay, after this. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, I'll be showing the sample of mock test series. Okay, in the form of Google form. Okay, you can take the mock test multiple times whenever you need. It will be with you forever. It will be with you forever. The pale fire, the sound and the feel, Rosenken and Guildenstern are dead, okay, under the green tree. Okay. Probably after 1 or 2 months, okay, I'll be starting to launching this. Okay. The sound and the feel, Rosenken and Guildenstern are dead, okay, under the green tree. Party 7. So you see, here the pale fire has Vladimir Nabokov, Vladimir Nabokov pale fire, Sound and the Fury by William, that is William Faulkner, title Macbeth. Rosenken Guildenstern by Tom Stoppard, and Under the Greenwood by Thomas Hardy, and Of Cakes and Ale by Samarshad Mock. Chalo. So these are the questions. Okay. Let me show you the sample. Okay. Let me show you the sample that is done. Definitely it will help you. Okay. Don't worry. Okay. Let me show you the sample here. Is it visible clearly, Ram? Is it visible clearly? So this kind of questions you will get, okay? Mock test, the UGC, these questions are important for UGC NET, SAT, GATE and English literature exam. Okay. So this kind of thing we will get. You'll be getting okay 10,000 MCQs. Okay. So these are actually mock test series. Yeah. Okay. Thank you once again for watching the video. Good night, everyone. Good for watching. Make sure to subscribe the channel and tap the bell icon to get more notification. And Good night, everyone. Stay tuned with this channel and recommend your friends so that we can become a big family in future. Thank you. So I'll be ending here. I'll be ending here the session. Okay. 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 Let's end the session here.